Updated February 22, 2019, 10 hours, 1 minute and 3 seconds. The federal government has defended its latest appointments to the Administrative Appeals Tribunal, AAAT, amid accusations it has been stacked with liberal mates. Key points. The new appointments include former Senate President Stephen Parry, former Liberal MP Robert Baldwin and former Nationals Minister Dianne Kelly. The AAT reviews decisions made by government, paying tribunal members between $190,000 and $244,000 a year. Labor says if in government it would require the positions to be publicly advertised. Attorney General Christian Porter announced 34 new appointments to the tribunal, including former Senate President Stephen Parry, who resigned from Parliament last year after confirming he was a dual citizen. He was appointed on a part-time basis along with former federal Liberal MP Robert Baldwin and former Nationals Minister Dianne Kelly. Former state Liberals MPs, Michael Sutherland and Joe Francis from Western Australia and Stephen Griffiths from South Australia, were given full-time positions along with former federal Labor MP David Cox. Shadow Attorney General Mark Dreyfus said the number of coalition figures, including former staffers, was extraordinary. This Liberal government seems to think the public positions are just theirs to give away to their mates, he said. I think frankly it undermines confidence in the system. What they, members of the public, see as a government that's simply in it for themselves. The AAT reviews decisions made by government ministers and departments under Commonwealth laws, including citizenship, child support and the National Disability Insurance Scheme. Full-time members receive an annual remuneration package of between $190,000 and $244,000 and are appointed for up to 7 years. Mr. Dreyfus said a Labour government would require the positions to be publicly advertised, with an independent panel advising the Attorney General on a shortlist. So very much a merit-based system, and one that's not what I call a black box, where nothing is known about the process, he said. A spokesman for Mr. Porter said all of the appointments to the AAT were based on merit. Labour regularly appointed people who had connections to the Labour Party, whether as MPs, former staff and union officials, to various positions, including the AAT, he said. Indeed, there is nothing wrong with that, so long as the candidates are well qualified, which very often is the case with respect to people who have been involved in politics and public administration. Indeed, our government has appointed several notable former Labour politicians to the AAT because they are qualified for the role. The Law Council of Australia joined the criticism, saying it was a perception issue. Appointments and reappointments of AAT members must be seen to be non-political, to ensure public confidence in the institution and the soundness of decision-making. Law Council President Arthur Moses told ABC Radio Melbourne, "We have been calling for some time for transparency in the federal judiciary and AAT appointments process. Topics: courts and trials, federal government and politics." Australia first posted February 22, 2019, 1 hour 14 minutes and 57 seconds.